A short film is made up of specific elements and components in order to make it successful. They usually last about 5 minutes, and because of this, the storyline, genre and theme need to be quick-paced. Although this can be quite limiting, it can also work to the director's advantage.
The conventions of a short film consist of
a central protagonist, one or few characters, a twist to the storyline, voiceover or narration, little dialogue, music in the background, limited locations, a short storyline in a short space of time, and a low budget. How we used and challenged these conventions.
Our group thought that the conventions of a short film, such as music, voiceover and limited characters, were essential for it to be understood by the audience. Also, with a limited budget, we agreed that these conventions would be the easiest way to make this film effective.
Firstly, our film had a really low budget, which conforms to the conventions of a short film.
It also had a short storyline and was definitely in a short space of time, as we had 5 minutes to tell the story.
Also, we have only used 6 locations that were easy to get to and close together. We chose these locations specifically because they were relevant to the film and were quiet, so we could use the lack of sound to our advantage and we weren't interrupted by the public. This helped us with continuity editing, and this conforms to the conventions of a short film.
We used background music in our film, just like the conventions of a short film would suggest, because music allowed us to portray the exact feeling that we wanted to give off to the audience.
We believed that the most effective way to tell our story was to use very little dialogue. This once again conformed to the conventions of a short film.
We did have a voiceover in our short film, but it wasn't particularly long, which can be seen as challenging the conventions of a short film, as our voiceover does not in any way help to identify what the film is about. It simply adds to the atmosphere we wanted to create. The voiceover really adds to the film, as we believed that without the voiceover, the film would lack the kind of themes that we wanted to convey.
We had a twist to our storyline because the audience is led to believe that the central protagonist is a creepy odd man, but really he is just a detective, and that his character is important for his line of work. This once again conforms to the conventions of a short film.
We only used 4 characters in our film: the main protagonist, the husband, the wife and the lover. We thought that this would keep the film relatively simple and understandable. We also thought that we could use those conventions to our advantage in order to portray the main protagonist's creepy, obsessive behaviour towards the female. This conforms to the conventions of a short film.
We also conformed to the conventions of a short film by having one central protagonist. For us, it was our detective. The main themes that we were trying to express to the audience were suspicion, mistrust and deceit. This challenges the conventions of a short film because they usually just have one theme. However, we believe that these themes go hand in hand.
The conventions that we have chosen, we believe work well with our film noir theme, which we have modernised.